When I mention the Airbus A350, what do you think of? I'm sure it's something along the lines of a modern, comfortable aircraft that takes you on long-haul flights. Now, let me mention Singapore Airlines. What do you think of? Probably an airline that operates in and out of Singapore on mostly long-haul flights. But what if I was to tell you that you can take a flight on a Singapore Airlines Airbus A350 from Milan in Italy to Barcelona in Spain, just a 40-minute flight? Join me in this video as I give you the economy class experience on Singapore Airlines on this short route. Welcome to Travelino Blog. Today's journey starts at Milan Malpensa Airport Terminal 1. The design is quite basic and the ceiling is made out of something that looks a little bit like scaffolding. However, everything is very easy to find and it is very well managed. Although at the time of my travel, the airport was very quiet. There was no check-in needed for this flight as I had checked in online already and I had no bags to drop. However, I did see the Singapore Airlines check-in and I can promise you it's very easy to locate, as it is with all the airlines here at Malpensa. The main landside area is really not very pretty. The ceilings are very low and there's no windows. It does feel a little bit like a corridor the whole way through. However, there's a very good variety of shops, cafes and restaurants. It was about 6 AM in the morning at the time of recording, so nothing was really open, so I just sat down with a bottle of Coke and waited for boarding to be announced. My gate was announced as A52, so I began the short walk there. To my surprise, rather than being greeted with a jet bridge, I arrived in what looked like something you would find at a regional airport. They soon got on with a very smooth boarding process and we were guided to a bus which would take us all the way to the other part of the airport where the heavies were parked. As we make this bus journey to the airport, let me explain just why and how I can take a flight from Milan to Barcelona on a Singapore Airlines Airbus A350. This flight is what is known in the aviation industry as a fifth freedom flight. The aircraft and crew taking me to Barcelona today have already come from Singapore. The flight operates from Singapore to Milan to Barcelona as there is not enough demand for two separate flights to these destinations. Passengers can fly from Singapore to Milan or stay on to Barcelona, or even, like in my case, passengers can simply take the 40-minute hop from Milan to Barcelona, which is a real treat as a Singapore Airlines A350 beats EasyJet, Ryanair and Vueling any day, especially if you're an av geek like myself. We climbed up some stairs and into a jet bridge gate. We then very quickly boarded our aircraft for today. 9 Victor Sierra Mike Bravo, a 6.7-year-old Airbus A350-900 delivered brand new to Singapore Airlines in April 2016. I was greeted by a very friendly crew as I stepped on board the aircraft. I then walked through business class and premium economy before reaching my seat in economy. Economy is in a 333 layout. My seat for today is 51A, a standard window seat. On the seat there was some bedding. The aircraft was incredibly quiet and most of the passengers who were already on board were asleep, if not falling asleep, so it was really quiet and nice on board. The complete opposite of my flight to Milan. If you haven't seen that review already, I recommend checking it out after this one. The seat features a fantastic IFE which contains lots of movies, TV, music and games, as well as my favourite part, the in-flight map. Very soon we push back from the gate to commence our taxi to the runway for departure.
Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines. As the safety equipment on this aircraft may differ from that of other aircraft, please give us...
Alright, good morning ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain. My name is Darren Cole. We meet the flight today is Senior First Officer Julian, and in the cabin looking after our safety and well-being is in-flight manager Miss Lynette Chong, and together with a team of 11 cabin crew in the back shop while after. On behalf of them, I would like to welcome you aboard Singapore Airlines SQ378 bound for Barcelona.
The first version of Singapore Airlines was founded in 1947 under the name Malayan Airways. It then went on to become Malaysian Airways, then Malaysia Singapore Airlines, before it was split into two separate airlines in 1972. Nowadays, Singapore Airlines has a fleet of 150 aircraft, including Airbus A350s, A380s, 777s, 737 MAX 8s, as well as many other cargo and passenger aircraft. As we broke through the clouds, the seatbelt signs were turned off, and I decided to take the opportunity to take a look around the aircraft. Now, you'll have to excuse my hair and my very quiet tone of speaking. I'd had just around 4 hours of sleep, which on a travel day really isn't enough.
Señoras y señores, se ha apagado la señal del cinturón. Por su seguridad, mantengan el cinturón abrochado mientras permanezcan sentados.
So here is the toilet of the Singapore Airlines A350. What a stunning aircraft this is. Absolutely lovely. The economy cabin is just beautiful. This is the toilet in the middle you saw me getting in. Yeah, it's just about the size of this bed. You could stand up, that's about it. But this place is amazing. This place is absolutely lovely. I returned to my seat and waited for the food to be served. I was also impressed to see many news channels from all around the world on the IFE. To my surprise, a free sandwich service came round. The options were tuna or chicken. I went with chicken. The sandwich was delicious and I was very pleasantly surprised. However, I guess this is what you expect on a carrier like Singapore Airlines. It's a good job I'm not a vegetarian though, as there was no vegetarian option available. Maybe if I was a vegetarian and I had have asked, they would have had something available. As shown on the screen now, in the seat pocket you can find a safety card and an in-flight magazine. There was also a complimentary coffee, tea, juice or water. I went with some apple juice. This flight was obviously very short, and before we knew it, we'd already started our descent into Barcelona. The A350 looks absolutely stunning on landing, especially if you have a view over the wing. The approach into Barcelona is quite nice as you come in quite low over the sea, so I'll shut up and let you enjoy the landing. Welcome to Barcelona after my flight with Singapore Airlines. I had a fantastic experience. It was so nice on board and the crew were wonderful, so organised and friendly. I would definitely recommend this airline on a route of any length. It truly was perfect. I hope you enjoyed this review and now know to look out for these rare and exciting Fifth Freedom flights. Make sure to like and subscribe, it helps me out more than you can imagine. With all that being said, I will see you all soon for another video. Bye! What a fantastic experience on the Singapore Airlines A350. Very good idea, but it's not working yet.
Bye. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Brilliant.
Bye.